C23. Pack your shit. Hey Thomas, let's go. Yo, one love,
They let me out this bitch, now I'm no longer trapped. Yeah, no longer trapped. Good morning, mofos, pimp hustlers, hoes. You know how this go. Welcome to the show where this shit go down. I'm here to let you know what's cracking in your towns. Providence, motherfucker. Deal with the real, stay away from the suckers. Good daily news, we dispute hood views. Another life taken, he shot out of his shoes. Police brutality, I'm speaking the truth. Why the fuck is you mad at me? Land of corruption. Cop shot me, but that's another discussion. So tune in, you're living while that shit is soon end. Two ways, you can ride in the prison or you can ride in the grave. There's room in both places. Homicide, genocide, black faces. Who's racist? You thought he was your man, he was two-faced it. He got knocked trying to get the whole crew wasted. I got plans, I'm never going back. Was locked up for a long time, but I'm no longer trapped. So roll up and let's go live, spitting these facts. You can hate it or love it, you know where to find me at. 401 Providence, Little Estate on the map. You can visit Lil Brody, you might never make it back. One love to my niggas locked down, getting them stacks. On your iPad, your radio, you fucking with trap. Catch me in the AM, blazing something fat. You got za, better than mine, then let's chat. You should know how it go, nigga, no longer trap. If you're feeling this shit, tell Just Chill to bring it back. Spit fire, this is lyrical crack. Where my niggas is at, where my bitches is at, where my grimy, rag the riches is at. Shit ain't the same back in the day, if you snitch you got clapped. Niggas still cool with them, what kind of business is that? Some shit I never understand, so let me finish this track. Rest in peace to the deceased, Sonny and Dennis is back. Give me a few minutes and you can spin this shit back. I'm still in the gym, that's why I'm bending this track. You ain't gotta be a lyricist to be feeling this rap. I got my mind right and my business is stacked. I mind my own business, how niggas get clapped, then niggas get shot, then they lay in a box, then they niggas come back. When they even a score, Lisa Pina posts a young boy ain't breathing no more. Yo, it's a rap. I'm no longer trapped. Yeah, I'm no longer trapped. Let me out now, I'm no longer trapped. Yo, I'm no longer trapped. Let me out now, I'm no longer trapped.
yo, y'all niggas be good. Work.
Oh yeah, hit that share button. Let's get it.
Good morning, Mr.
It's Wisdom Wednesdays, man, with Dante Martin. You know we in the building, man.
Been in the gym.
Smoking on
He's
that
smoking on
good.
some good. He's trying to get me high.
Hell yeah. He's getting high today. I gotta get him high today. It's Wisdom Wednesdays. Tay, what's going on? I hope you feeling better, baby. Top Stewie on the board. Deanna on the board. We got Atlanta on the board. Virginia on the board. Florida definitely on the board. Let's get it. Hit that share button. Hit that like button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miss Diva's in the building. Hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe now.
Hell yeah, go watch that video. Them suits cost a lot of money we had on that day.
Oh yeah.
Go watch that damn video. As much I paid for my suit, I don't even know when I'm gonna wear it again.
La 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 la.
Shout out everybody on YouTube.
Shout out everybody on YouTube. La 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 la. Champagne, the good vibe. Shout out to TJ Sauce. Julie's in the building. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's showtime. It's showtime, showtime, showtime. First and foremost, I would like to say, shout out to Fit First. If you ain't went down there to holler at my man Joe Leasy and seen what's up with Fit First, I don't know what's going on with you. Because we killing fupas down there. I ain't gonna lie, Dante. We killing fupas. We ain't paying no 5Gs and none of that. We down there doing hard work. So if you want to come down there and put that hard work in, come on down there and put that hard work in. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on with you, man?
Hold up. Because before we begin, tell the people me and you do not prep nothing.
Oh, yeah.
We don't prep anything.
Absolutely. Yo, if we do anything, the most we do, we'll have a conversation about something else. Probably we'll lead on, we'll talk about later, but we'll have a conversation that was, you understand what I'm saying?
None of this is prep. Straight off the dome. Off the fly. Improv. I just show up. We have a conversation with her about going on internet, whatever. Some things behind the scenes that if we wanted to put out there, we put out there. Think it's funny, but other than that, this is live and direct. Your floor show.
All right. First and foremost, right? I just got to say this. Before I get to, I got a couple questions for Dante. I got to say this to the fellas. You cannot go back and forth with a female. I'm going to tell you why.
You can't.
Us as men, right? Our testosterone level gets too high. Mm-hmm. We cannot physically hit that female. Mm-hmm. I can't put my hands on you when I get to a certain level.
You can shake the Holy Ghost out of them. What are you talking about?
Nah, that shake ain't no girl from my hood let you shake her. While you're shaking, what you think she's doing?
She better have something.
Yeah, she's doing something to defend herself. But what I'm trying to say is, I see a lot of men going back and forth with a female. I'm not going back and forth with you. Go get your brother, your baby's father, somebody.
That'd be a fight, though.
Huh?
That'd be a fight.
No, but I'd rather talk to a man.
Yeah.
Because if we stoop down to a woman's level, right?
Okay.
If I stoop down to a woman's level and just start arguing with her in front of everybody, right?
Yeah.
What am I?
But here's the thing. Okay. Escalation, because you know what? Did you see that story with the dude in Florida, the football player that was messing with Shorty? And she called her brother and he shot and killed him?
Yep.
You see how that escalated?
Escalated.
And what did she say on the stand? I was mad. So again, you can sit up there and be sitting up there saying, and try to use logic. Some people that come to the party late, and I call that coming late to the party, they ain't think of a logic. So sometimes, like, it's better to, because here's the thing. If you're arguing over something, what makes you think it's going to get resolved right then and there, even if a third party come on?
And I don't like females that I'm going to go get my brother.
See?
I'm going to go get my father. Because let me tell you something. Like Dante just said, when that man's coming, he's not coming knowing the whole story.
Right.
Or he's coming is in distress.
Thinking something bad happened.
And fellas, this is what I want to tell y'all. When a female calls you in distress, understand the story before you get there. Right?
Again, remember how the last conversation you had, I told you, like, sometimes people are saying more than you actually know that's being said. Like, if she sit up there and say, well, he be hitting me sometimes, so when he get that phone call, you don't know what response he's responding to. Mm-hmm. So that's why I be sitting up there saying, it's like, that situation is not getting de-escalated, it's escalating, because once you involve a party, a third party in the party, and they had nothing to do with the conversation, guess what? They're not coming in there with logic or trying to de-escalate it.
And that's why I hate when I see females, oh, I'm going to get my brother. I'll get my son. You're going to go get your son to probably die.
Depending on who the person is going to
Depending on who he is, they're probably going to die. You females, you just got to understand that. This shit really happens. This ain't no play. This is really happening. And then the female looks like she set the guy up to get killed. Now everybody's looking at her like, yo, why would you call him? Why would you do that?
Again, what was the intentions?
Because he thought that it was just going to be a fight.
Yeah, but again,
It's 2023. Ain't no fight.
I'm with you, but here's the thing. How does a conversation with me and my girl or significant other turn into a fight with her brother? Make that make sense.
Facts, you got to have that much respect for your girl not to fight with her family, physically. You might can argue here and there, but the respect I got for my girl, I'm not going to fight with her family. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right?
I'm not going to fight with her family. You know what I'm saying? But hit that share button, hit that like button. Benny said, what'd he say? He's coming with the intent of defending the
Female, or of course, with blinders on and hot sauce in the veins. Exactly.
Absolutely. So that's why we have to control that. You understand what I'm saying? As men, when our sisters, because let me tell you something. Somebody put their hands on one of my sisters. At this point of my life, Dante, you're wrong. I'm coming furious.
Right, but listen, see, here's the thing. What did I tell you before? You don't know the ins and outs of somebody's conversations, their relationship. So, what you entering, you don't know what she did to elevate that. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm a calm person.
But let me tell you something.
Go
Stop
ahead.
you though. My sisters are not gonna call me unless they know it's got to that far, because they know where I'm going to go.
But that's your situation, but all situations ain't the same. That's why, like I said, there's times when, like, my people that know me knew there was one female that got under my skin. And they used to say, how the hell she gets under your skin and nothing else ever bothers you? Sometimes when a person feels trapped or locked in, guess what? You're back against the wall. What are you going to do? You're going to come out swinging. Yeah, look at that. He about to die off of whatever he's smoking.
You want orange juice?
Oh, you got you know what I learned about orange juice? Now, water. Orange juice is, like it's cooked or something, so that sugar ain't even good. Guys, huh? Oh yeah, the grapefruit joint, but that's why I don't even drink orange juice no more, but thank you, sir.
Shout out to this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to that. But, yeah, man, oh my God, it's just crazy, man, how I see it, man. I see it every weekend at clubs. Girls going home to go get my brother, my cousin, and then if they get killed or something, that or they go to jail, if they end up killing somebody, go
She
to
said
jail.
get off that squeaky chair. Yeah, that chair is squeaky.
Oh, yours?
We're gonna put some oil on it next time. The Tin Man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to sit still.
We got a bunch of chairs. Take that one. This ain't got no back.
Who cares?
Somebody broke the back on it. Remember that used to have a back on it?
This
I
used to have a
sit in
back?
that one. Remember? I used to sit in that one, and you used to sit in this one.
Who broke it?
A big person.
Big person shout you out for breaking chairs.
Oh yeah, breaking chairs. Yeah, but hey yo man, let me move on, man. I got.
Don't forget, off the time, we so tight with our friends, sisters, that if we find out too, we're coming also. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm looking out, seeing what you're saying.
Dante, I got a question for
Go
you.
ahead, shoot.
And this is after talking with a lot of men.
All right.
You cannot date a female that don't have friends.
What? Oh, hold up. Why?
I'm gonna
What?
tell you
Oh,
why.
well,
Oh God! Hold up.
Hold up,
I sat
bro.
with a lot of guys, and we had a lot. I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Because if you date a female that doesn't have friends, right? She thinks she's your best friend. She thinks she's your co-worker.
Oh, that's a different aspect.
Hold on.
I'm saying,
There's a lot of aspects to
okay,
this.
Go ahead. All right.
She thinks you're her brother.
Yup.
You're her cousin. You're her uncle.
Go ahead.
You're her aunt. You're her uncle. You're everybody. That's family. Because when somebody doesn't have, do we agree on this? If a female has no friends, right?
Yup.
Because this is what somebody pointed out to me.
Go ahead.
If a female has no friends, she's gonna count on you for everything.
That's true to the degree, depending on the type of female. Cause you know how many females I dealt with that ain't have no friends?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a ride. He knows it. You see that? All right, I got you. Let me turn the fan back on for him. I was gonna let him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cosmopolitan, man. With that good weed. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Listen, you can't. Everybody's built different. Like, see, I keep telling dudes, like, yo, okay. I keep trying to tell people what I'm telling. I'm counseling somebody in the gym right now.
Yep.
This is what when people come to me counseling, because this dude, he came and he was saying one thing about the female. You know what I just got out of him?
What?
He was cheating on her like crazy. What do you expect? And I said, why would you marry young if you wasn't ready to marry? You knew you was gonna get your thing. He's out young and dumb. But again, you being young and dumb, you're contributing to the woman acting the way she acted. You're doing it to her. But here's the point about the woman with no friends.
Nah, he's not doing it all to her.
No.
You can't blame him for doing it all to her.
We're going to address that. But let's address the first thing at hand. Listen, there's some females that don't like women friends because guess what? They be feeling like they be hating on them when they level on up or doing what they got to do and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, here's a good example. You got a circle of women, right? All of them get pregnant, you don't. What's the first thing they're going to say? Oh, she thinks she's better than us. She got a man that could take her out and do things for her and the rest of them don't. Oh, she thinks she's better than us. That's their ideology, even though she's not thinking like that.
She's not thinking like that. There's a lot, that happens a lot in our city. A lot of women think, and then they become spiteful.
Correct. Bitter.
They become bitter. See, there's a lot of bitter women in the situation. If you ask yourself, right? Now let's talk.
Yep.
Let's talk.
I'm talking. Let's go.
Let's talk. To all my females, has your man ever gave you $5,000 cash? Or more? Just because you needed it. Has your man ever took you on lavish vacations?
Oh, I do that.
There's a lot of women in my city. If you ask them, yo, your baby's father, the same nigga that you're fighting over, right? Has he ever took you on a lavish vacation? Has he ever gave you $5,000 cash? Has he ever bought you a car? Has he ever did something real nice for you just because he cares for you?
Okay, now here's the question. Again, who fault is it? Damn, that weed is something. That joint got you on a different level. You cheating out here Chinese right now. Whatever he's smoking, y'all want that. You looking Chinese over here. He look like he about to go night.
I smoked the best flowers.
He look like he about to go night. Holy show.
Nah, but and I still got one left.
Oh, sure. You better hold that on for tomorrow or something, because you sitting over here looking like you about to go sleepy.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, right, Dante,
Yep.
you can't have a woman that she has to have. Now imagine if your woman is inactive, she has friends, she's going after work, she goes to this. You're prone to, when you guys see each other, it's more happier than her all day at work. She calls you.
Yep.
After work, she calls you.
Okay.
In her dreams, she calls you. When she wakes up, she calls you. But what? But what, Dante? Because you want to say something.
It depends. Okay. Every situation, some guys and some women,
Fellas,
they want their space.
Yep.
You need somebody. Some men want their females to be their best friend. And
I'm cool with that too, but to a certain degree.
It depends on each situation and circumstance. See, you can't when you have conversations and dialogue like this, you can't just one person and use that one person as a reference point. You got to use it broad enough to say, okay, who prefers that? And that means you got to get with somebody that prefers to do that. That's on you. that's on your decision making. So if you know you can't deal with that, don't get with that type of person.
Facts.
So now the fact of the matter, so like I told you, when you having a conversation, when you learning to get to know somebody, you should be learning what they're about. Okay, why don't you have friends from jump? And you should wait that out, because again, the fact
Person might be a loner.
that's one
I
aspect.
know
That's
what
why I said
you're
there's
saying.
different aspects.
That person might be antisocial.
That's another aspect.
That person could be emotional, depressed.
See, we can name so many different
Yeah,
reasons
you're right.
why
You're right.
a
You're right.
person does that.
You're right. So yes, you're right. Because I just started thinking about shit right now. Like that could be counter what I was saying. Does that make sense?
No, what you're saying is making sense. Again, when it comes to dealing with somebody, you're not only dealing with a person from your vantage point, you're dealing with the person of who they dealt with, and you don't have an idea of who they dealt with and what they went through. So they might have been the most happiest lucky go person out in the world. What happened? Something happened when, guess what? Now I don't want to be that person no more. You know why? Because somebody did me wrong. Somebody treated me wrong.
Yeah. Facts.
So now what is it? They being defensive. They being closed guarded.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I say you got to put everything in a proper perspective of how you address it.
And that's why at the No Longer Trap podcast on Wisdom Wednesdays, I just learned something. You see how I stressed it. I brought
some women don't want their friends all up in their man's face either. See, there's different dialogues of why.
Yes, and this is why it's dope to tune into the No Longer Trap podcast, especially on Wisdom Wednesdays.
He said that
when
Jim
we're
Jones
building-
is trash and he's a fed. Who's a fed, Kiko?
He said what?
He said that Jim Jones is trash and he's a fed.
What Jim Jones?
You smoking Jim Jones or something?
Oh nah, hell no. This ain't no Jim Jones. Hell no, this ain't no Jim Jones. I bought that one time. I did. I bought the Jim Jones one time. But let me move on. Let me move in topics because I gotta tell Devontae about this, and this is serious. This is no joking. This is
He just called me Jodeci.
that's
Come and talk. He's a Devontae. Come and
I-
talk
my
to me.
cousin's name is
I
Devontae.
really want to
And I
know
keep- I
your
always keep
name.
saying
I
his
told you that. Whatever he's smoking, that joint got him like, yo. He's like, come and talk to me.
Now, you're a Christian, right?
Go ahead.
I'm a Muslim. You're a Christian. We believe in God.
Yes.
We believe there's a higher power.
Correct.
We both have great hearts.
Okay.
But the next thing I'm about to tell you, man, is sad.
Talk to me.
And this goes for everybody in my community. This goes for everybody that has somebody in this graveyard. The graveyard that my grandmother is buried in on Broad Street in Washington Park. I don't know the name of that graveyard, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that graveyard is terrible, man. Y'all can't find people's families. Shout out to Weezy, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, man, he had to go find his mother, man, all buried in. Yo, man, my grandmother's over there. My boy June's over there. Yo, we have to. I'm going down there. I don't know who got a lawnmower, and I don't want to disrespect anybody's graves, and I'm not. But I don't even want y'all to help. I'm going down there, and I'm gonna. I don't know if you guys want to volunteer to help me. Come down there with a weed whacker. Yo, you guys got to see this, man. If y'all guys see how they got our family members, man, living down there in that graveyard, man, and not right there in our community, I don't know whose job is to maintain that graveyard, man. That graveyard is the worst graveyard in the world.
Oakland
It'll go
Cemetery.
viral. It'll go viral, man. I'm going down there today. I'm going live. I want to show y'all how they got our loved ones. My grandmother's down there, man. My boy June's down there, man. There's a lot of people I know in that graveyard, man. Hey, Devontae, hey, yo.
Go ahead. We're going the highness. Go ahead. We got you. I told you that we got you. Whatever he's smoking, that joint, he's like, woo, wait.
When you see this graveyard, it's gonna bring tears to you if you got a loved one in this graveyard.
Listen. So I got a question for you. How long that graveyard existed?
I don't know, but them owners should be fired. They supposed to, whoever owns that graveyard, man. Yo, who do we go to, man?
Here's the thing. Listen, right? people gonna treat you the way you allow them to treat you. I could own something, but if I see, I don't know the whole logistics, and I'm not justifying what they're doing. But if I did things before and they got done wrong, they got torn down and everything, it's just like with Ripta, when they be building all these things and they tearing it down, guess what you're gonna want them to not do? Fix it anymore. So I don't know the history of that cemetery, and I'm not saying that people are paying good money to be burying their loved ones.
Yes. And you know how much money we pay to bury somebody at Oklahoma Cemetery? Yeah, that costs money to get buried over there.
But listen,
We're paying money to have our peoples live. My grandmother, we paid money to put my grandmother down there.
I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna give you a word, and people gotta understand this. I'm in business, and I deal with business. This is why business owners, they could talk to me. Overhead. You're right, it does cost money, but it also costs money to maintain something. And if the fact of the matter is, if I'm trying to maintain something and somebody's tearing it up, guess what that's going to eventually happen? I'm not going to want to put out my profit or money to be maintaining something that you keep destroying. You got to look at the areas. So let's go to another cemetery. Let's go to the one that's over on East Side.
Oh, beautiful.
You see, okay, now, guess what? Now, you know what was happening years ago that was on the news? Kids was going in the great cemeteries kicking the headstones. So again, this is what I'm sitting up there saying. I don't know the history of what's going on in that place, but you got to put everything in. That's why I always say proper perspective, because we could go in a situation like, yo, this is messed up, but we don't know the history of why it's messed up. So now, before you even brought it up on your platform, why nobody else that been there addressed it?
Facts. There's somebody got to be held responsible. There's somebody that got to be held responsible for that graveyard.
Then he said the same thing I said. They actually had and probably still do homeless living there, and quite a few times someone actually knocked over a bunch of tombstones as well. That stuff costs money.
So what I'm telling y'all right now is we have to really do something. We have to do something. I know everybody on my live probably has a loved one that's in that I don't know if we have to call somebody. I don't know what we got to do.
You know what?
Besides, go down there. Yo, if you got a lawnmower that you want to donate to me and you can bring it down there, I'll put gas in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Who's Kiko Perry?
A weed whacker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to buy the trash bags and stuff. I don't got no electric. I don't got no weed whacker. If any a landscaping business, man, we can get over there. We can try to make that happen, man. We got to make that happen.
There's the solution, Kiko. See, again.
Anna said it was on the news a couple years ago. They tried cleaning up local. Yeah, man, we got to see that same cemetery. See, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that it is terrible down there. People cannot find their loved ones because the grass is so covered all over your loved ones, man.
Now, okay, here's your solution right here. One of the things about me is I'm not going to beg nobody for help. I'm going to start with the help. Just like what you can. What did I do? I came with money like, here you go. Instantly. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to back up before I talk. You go there, somebody go there with a weed whacker or whatever, you start something. And record that you're doing this. You know why? You could record and say, you know what, I shouldn't be doing this, but you know why I'm going to do this? Because I'm going to be the start of something. And let's see how many people join into that start that you started. That fight of you trying to get the thing better. So now while you putting it out there on your platform or you putting it out on live, now we're going to see how many people going to feel the same way, the same compassion you feel, and go out there and help, one. And two, then you're going to see if the owner's going to be moving back. You know what, we got to do something. Because again, if people seeing that people don't even have nothing to do with the cemetery working and doing something with it, and the owner's not, now you just put pressure on them. They're going to have to do something because people going to be, wait a minute. Do you own? They're gonna come to you. The news gonna come to you. Do you own this place? No, I don't own this place. Why? Because I don't think the dead should be the dead should be represented like this.
Represented, terrible, man. And yo, I'm saying this on my platform right now. If my demise, don't ever put me in that. Put me in the sewer. I'd rather you put me in the sewer so nobody can ever see me than put me in that cemetery where my family can't find me. There's rats. You gotta see all the rocks that used to stand up. They're all tilted over. Hey, my brother Weezy, anybody know Weezy? If Weezy's on here, man, send me that video. Send me that video, man, so I can show people, man. I want to show people what this is. Or if you can go, if you're friends with Weezy, you can go on his page. I think he posted it yesterday when he went and visited his mother. Happy belated birthday to her. You understand what I'm saying? He went and visited her, and go check it out on his page, man. That cemetery is terrible.
Listen,
I cried when I thought about my grandmother in that cemetery.
listen. I hear your compassion. I hear your pain. Like I keep saying, in our communities, if you go, just take time. Like, have you ever been on a bus lately?
Nah.
You wouldn't even get on a bus no more. Again, we're not taking care of a community that's supposed to be ours. It's not our money. And
Why? What's wrong with the bus?
Go look at how they be. I told you, go look how they be tearing up them ripped things that be covering you for the rain and everything.
Oh yeah, the
You
bus
see-
stops. And can I say this? Now that we're talking about
Good
the
morning.
bus stops, right? Now I was at that bus stop for a while during the schools. The cops are running down on everybody on Broad Street, but letting all of them people sleep under. Look, they got their whole houses under that bus stop. Do you ride by Broad Street and see that bus stop, man?
I used to work at the Broad Street Post Office.
These cops are running down on everybody else, but won't run down on these people and tell them they can't be there, man. How fair is that?
Who they running down on?
Drug dealers, supposedly. Anybody that they think's a gang member.
Where you putting the homeless?
Oh man, you're like the I can't win.
Listen, yo, Trap, listen.
Where am I gonna put them? I don't care, they can't be there.
Again, I'm with what's the solution? See, we could talk about the problem, but if we don't have a solution, guess what? We just causing more problems. So now, here's the thing. I don't know their tactics. I'm not a cop. I would love to ask them. If they feel like, you know what, we're going to keep the homeless right there because they're not causing no ruckus or problem, I'd rather them be there than somewhere else causing a problem because now they don't have nowhere to stay. I'm not again, I don't justify actions. I'm just going by, I don't have a solution because that's a bigger scale beyond my pay grade.
But they got that big building on Cranston Street. They opened up for the homeless. They opened that building up for the homeless.
Pressure on the people that need to take responsibility. I get it. Listen, let me tell you something about people that ain't taking care of the responsibility. They're not doing it for a reason. So there's something that they try to like. I work for the federal government. That's supposed to be a prestige job. If y'all knew what goes on in that place, like we could lose our job talking about what goes on, and they don't even want us to talk about it. My thing, I always say, they got the worst business model I've ever seen in my life. The worst. I work for hospitals, residential treatment places. This is the worst. And again, I be saying, who is the reason this is happening the way it's happening? Who's the reason? Is it our bosses? Is it their bosses?
Their bosses, yeah.
See, I'm not a boss, and I don't want to see what they going through. I don't want to be a boss because see, I'm gonna bang on the bosses if I become a boss. Because I'm like, yo, what the hell are you doing? It's like, yo, you got good workers. Why you mixing them in with the bad workers? And then there's bad workers that become supervisors that become worse than the supervisors we had before.
Worse than the supervisors.
You was a bad worker, now you telling me what to do. And see, they don't like me because I'll tell them straight up, yo, first of all, I'm a man first. You're going to address me as a man. I will smack you first.
So is there a lot of jobs bumping people up to a supervisor because of popularity, or
it could be popularity. It could be people they sleep to the top. You know what I mean? It happens everywhere. So again, a lot of people have a position that they don't even deserve. So again, you sitting up there going, some people don't even know how to run the position. So you try to hold them responsible, accountable for what?
They don't even know how to run the machine. So when I go to my supervisor, hey Dante, hey, can you call? And Dante comes over there and goes, yo man, hold on, I gotta call somebody because I don't even know.
Right. You see what I mean? See, so again, we always have a conversation, like on your platform, you talk about the politics and everything. Here's the point. They was once us. They know what the city need. They know what people need. Why they not doing it?
That's why I tell all the politicians.
Their hands can be tied? You don't know. Because I know the more you go up the food chain, the worse a person become.
Facts. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's crazy. But moving on. Hit that share button. Hit that like button.
Before you move on, because I'm trying to the reason why I believe you let me come on your platform is because I give a perspective, and people that talk to me outside say you do give a different perspective. Like the thing about it is, it's like, yo, again, I've been in the most chaotic situations you can name. I've been there. I survived. Now that I survived, I'm talking about how to survive that. So when I'm sitting up there saying to people, okay, yo, CDs went up 5.3. Is people running to the banks to go get them CDs and get that money? No. When I'm sitting up there telling you I just sat down with my credit lady to get my credit right, even though my credit's already right. Are people going to call that credit lady that I just sat down with? No. So again, we're not even doing things for ourselves. How are we supposed to do things for a community? And so when I'm leading by example, I'm leveling up. And yet, here's the thing. People want to bring me down because they want to sit up there and say, oh, he's not having, who cares if I'm not having sex? There's a reason I'm not having sex. You know why I'm not having sex? Because I want to have the right woman. I want to bring my family in this world in the right way. I want my children to be like, yo, my mother and father was in my life.
So you get criticized. You get
all the time.
I know I ride you.
No.
I don't give a fuck. You. I ride his ass every time you see him. So you're not fucking. I get to get in the ass in him. I get to going on with him. But so he gets a lot. So you get a lot of backlash
all the time. And you know what it is? Because people are waiting for me to fail so they can say, "Oh, look, I told you he ain't who he is."
That didn't work. I'm waiting for you to fail too. I know that. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna be 46 years old.
The reason why I'm telling you that. Because I want to be the one to say, man, I told you waited for nothing, man. You should have been fucking in it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my. Now, if you prove us wrong and you meet Miss Right,
Trap.
Right?
Listen.
No, if you meet Miss Right,
but hold up. Listen, this is what y'all.
You haven't met Miss Right yet.
Here's what y'all failed. Yo,
you haven't met.
Listen. There's I banged a lot of females. I could tell you that.
All right.
I was on the phone with one that I hope her husband ain't watching this. She wasn't married, but I was with her before she got married. See, I like to tell these stories. Yo, she was 22. She's 36 now. She leveled up so much. She got a house, about to buy another house. Whip she's driving. She's good money. See, that's the type of, when I'm dealing with somebody, I'm not messing your situation up. I'm making your situation better. Because if you get up, that's what you're going to do. You're going to bring me up with you.
Chief Rock is in the building.
So as you bring me up with you, guess what? We leveled each other up. So it doesn't matter if she's with me or not. Guess what she got? Her family. Every time I talk to her, I just came back from this trip. Out of the country. She's living.
But that goes back to what I was
he
telling
said semen retention.
You know what I'm saying? But that goes back to what I was saying about a female, right?
Yep.
You got females talking about other females. So your baby's father has never did nothing for you.
Right.
You have never had a man do anything for you. Why are you talking about the next female that her man makes sure she's good on all levels?
Right.
How? It's always that.
Listen. Again, it depends on the people that you're involved in. What's up? How you doing, bro?
Chief Rock is in the building. Right. Chief Rock is in the building. You already know.
How many?
You want to get a chair?
He got one.
Right? You gonna come right here, Chief?
How many times I tell you?
Yeah, we all in this now.
It's the person. Hold up. Y'all dudes ain't getting me high today. Y'all not getting me high today.
See, I got a big one.
Y'all dudes, yo.
We're about to have him choked out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm glad Chief's here for this next question that I was gonna ask Dante and
he's fired up.
What do you tell a young boy?
Oh shoot, call back, Benny.
What do you tell a young boy that's going to go to prison for 10 years? And he has hours to go to prison.
How old is he?
What would your advice? 22 years old, 23?
Ooh. That's crazy you asked me that question because I share that experience.
Oh, this is good. Because I'm going to tell you what I told him. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to hear what y'all would have told him.
When I had to tell a young boy, which happened to be my son, I got to spend time with him while he was on the run.
Hold up, Benny, because this question is real. Go ahead.
I got to spend time with him before he went on the run. And I basically was trying to mentally prepare him for everything that he was going to go through, from the time he got apprehended to the time he got extradited to what he was going to experience on the inside. Even though I never been to no other joint but the joints here, jail is still jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Some are worse, though.
Some
are
are
worse.
But I'm saying, as far as your
Mentally,
everyday living,
everyday
what you're
living,
gonna
yes.
deal with, the kind of people you gotta deal with, the way that you gotta live, the way that you gotta think. You know what I'm saying? The way that you gotta act. There's no real preparation for that,
Correct.
but experience itself. But I was letting my son know, you know what I'm saying, what he had to prepare for and deal with, regardless of what I was telling him. So now when we have our phone conversations now, things that he shares or things that we talk about are all of the things that I tried to prep him for before this, and he's doing more than 10 years.
Right. To answer the question from a perspective of never being locked up, here's the advice I would give a person. Set goals while you're in there. Come up with a structure of what, because you know what it is? I don't know. We call it suspended in time.
All right, I gotta stop you though.
Go ahead.
You gotta know the individual that's going in there, because a man of many problems can't go into a prison thinking about structure.
Yeah, it's set
You understand
goals.
what I'm saying? Setting goals. You
might
gotta go
not
in
know
there
how
thinking
to set
about,
goals.
yo, I'm going in there fighting because I gotta fight
Well,
with everybody in
now,
there.
what I always say,
I'm
it
trying to
depends on
explain
that situation.
Yes, he's aggressive.
Okay. So now you give us more detail.
Yeah, I'm giving you some more details.
Okay.
It's that more realmed
Yeah.
where it's not gonna be comfortable for him.
Okay.
I should have broke that down.
Yeah,
too
yeah,
when I
we
explained
need
it.
that
You know what I'm
information,
saying?
yeah.
It's not going to be comfortable for him.
But it's still-
you know what I'm saying?
still-
what advice do you give a man that you know it's not going to be
He
comfortable
still, no,
for?
listen, he still needs some form of structure. It don't have to be informational structure, but he still needs some form of structure, because you can't just go in there boxing everybody out, because you know eventually what's going to happen when you in there doing that.
No, you can't go in there doing that, but you could go in there with the mind, yo, you know, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to try to rehabilitate my mind, my body. I got goals. This is what I want to do. You could say that and be on that mindset and path, but somebody like this could take you off of that because of how you got to live in there,
Yes.
because of how you got to think.
You got to defend your own. You got to
know what I'm
defend your
saying?
sovereignty.
Right.
I call it your sovereignty in prison. Your sneakers.
Do things that try not to compromise yourself, but the things that you might have to do to not, even though you don't want to compromise yourself, you got to do things to survive.
But I'm going to ask y'all both a question. Because, listen, I know, again, I got family that was in Rikers, killers. They came back out, and they had some kind of structure that got them out of there. Because you know what? You could go and see, in any situation, even relationship, that's why I call relationship, everything is a relationship. Going to prison is a relationship. In any form of relation, you're going in with an ideology, a mindset. You could come out with a different mindset depending on what you want to accomplish in that situation. See, if I'm going to prison, they saying I belong there because of what I did, right? But I could sit up there and tell them I don't belong here and do something about not being there. That's on me. So what war am I going to want to take on? The war of them saying I belong there, or the war of me getting out of there?
Boy, you getting out of there.
So again, that's still a form of structure in our ideology. That's what I'm saying.
It is.
So the thing about it is, I could sit up there and want to be in there for life. Like if they tell me, Dante, you got life. Okay, so there's two things I'm going to end up doing in there. Either I'm going to stress myself out and eventually want to die, or I'm going to have to function and change my living conditions in that place forever.
You got to change your whole way of
So
life.
that's still a form of
But it's
structure.
not going to stay that one way. It's a roller coaster. You're going to be up and down on all of that stuff.
But the
know what
key
I'm
is
saying?
I'm still alive.
Right, yeah.
Because if I've let it break me,
Yeah.
what happened? I'm going to off myself. Or I'm going to get into a fight hoping to get off. Because a lot of times when people fighting in prison, they try to die.
Yeah.
They're not going to kill themselves, but they're
I
going to...
see it.
See
I
it?
see it. Now, I want to tell you what I told. I said, yo, I felt bad. Yeah. First and foremost, I felt bad because I know him since he was a kid and he's my family. And I felt bad. And what I said to him, I looked him in his eye and I know all the demons that he's gonna face in there. And I know what he's ready for, and I know what he's not ready for, because I can see it in him. And I said to myself, he's gonna have a rough bit. He has too many enemies, and he's too small. So I said to myself, what are you gonna tell him, Trap? Only thing I can tell him is, man, go in there, mind your business, man, and don't take no shit from nobody, man.
Yeah.
He can't alliance with nobody?
Fuck alliance with people. That's what got him in prison, bro.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? What I also told him is this. You see where your friends is at? You get ready to go to jail and do 10 years. You see where all your friends is at. Ain't none of your friends trying to help you make sure your situation's better. Everybody's living their life. The same gang, the same people that you put down for, right? They're all gonna live their life when you get ready to go in a couple days to go sit down, fight, do whatever you gotta do to survive in prison. Everybody out here is gonna forget about you.
Right.
And I told him it's sad. And I said, I want you to go in there, and I said, I want you to understand something. That you're gonna see all the people that you didn't think that was real, that real shit's out the window, bro. I said, you're gonna see. And I hope you go in there and come out a better man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? I had to go in there and understand, who was who and what life was really about.
I relate to you on what you said when you said, like when I look at my son, like I worry about him on the daily. I worry about him on the daily, but where I don't worry about him because
the one that's in it, yep.
Because when I looked in his eyes, I don't even have to look in his eyes. I had enough time and experience with him to understand and know where his heart and mind is at. My son got a lot of my heart.
This is deep.
My son got a lot of my heart. I'm not worried about anybody in there unless he was being jumped,
Right.
being stabbed or something like that. But other than that, on a confrontational, I'm not worried about my son because I taught him enough.
Right.
He knows how to box. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to defend himself very well. You know what I'm saying? But the other things why I worried about him is his mentality, because it's like he has. You don't have kids, huh?
Nah.
All right. Trap, you got many kids.
Nah, listen,
Wait,
I counsel a bunch of them, so I know.
But this is what I'm saying, though. But I'm saying as a parent, though.
Okay.
When you look at your child, you see what parts of your child are you, and you see what parts of your child could be something in your family, or on the other side.
Right. True.
My son has a lot of me, but he got a lot of my negativity. He got a lot of my violence. You know what I'm saying? But it's on a whole nother scale.
So he leveled you up.
To an extent.
Yeah.
To an extent. But my father said something to me a long time ago. He said, Chief, he said, look at all three of your children and think about how you was living during the time that they were conceived.
Right. Wisdom.
My daughter, that's my junior. That's my firstborn. That's my junior. She's about this. She's a hustler. She's money. She's on point. She handles a business.
Right.
Shout out to Boog.
When Boog was born, I was one of the points at the top of my game. Now, when my middle child was born, I was going through a lot of things, and I was violent at the time. Then years later, when my third child came, my last child, he's my brainiac. He's my smart one. He's my only kid that's not a thug, and I encourage that. He's immature. He's 17. He's immature. He's a virgin. He's not chasing behind the gift I gave him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Wawa.
He's not chasing behind that. He's not a victim of horny. He's just now starting to like girls and got a girlfriend, but his focus, that was one of the points where I was doing the best that I was doing when I created him. On a lot of levels, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when my dad said that to me, he's like, Chief, think about how you was living when you created your children. They're a reflection of that.
Of how you was
The
living.
timeline.
That energy.
that was-
So basically, if you was on a time, you was gang banging, when you was having your kids are gonna be gang bangers, because that's
It's a
how.
high possibility,
That's a high
because that's the
possibility
energy
because that's the
you're passing.
energy
When
you was
you're
passing.
creating.
Yeah, that's what you're creating. So
what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
energy you're passing and creating. Benny's on the phone.
Benny's on the phone.
Benny,
yeah.
what's your question, Benny?
Listen, fellas, let
He said,
Yeah, you be having the greatest
all right, the question
I swear.
is,
Oh my
have you
God.
ever dated a woman that her family didn't like you?
Yes. And that's all I'm
I'm
gonna say.
I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer it first.
Go ahead, shoot your shot.
I have never.
I have.
I don't know. I don't know how that feels. I'm not being honest. I know that.
I'm
I know
only
that
gonna say
people are
I
probably
have,
like, "Oh shit!" But
I'm not gonna lie.
every woman that I have ever dated, I was in a relationship with. I still love their family to this day.
No, listen. I get where he's. Listen, okay.
So I never been in that. Like I can't.
When
I
I was
can't
18, there was a girl, right? Her mother and father, they was from the hood. They moved to out the hood. Like, they was one of the first people to have a $300,000 house. They had a somebody painted their house and then built their house. They had the painting inside their house. The first time I seen an in-house gym, a jacuzzi. So she had a car, cell phone. She was like the first person. Adults didn't have cell phones. She had a cell phone. So this was my girl. So she brought me over the house for things. I was actually at a little joint.
Oh, okay.
She brought me over the crib. Family could. I was dressed up and everything. They was like, I remind them of what they was trying to get away from.
Oh, I think you told me that story.
So, she-
sometimes they remind you of what they want to get away from.
She was Cape Verde. Her mom looked like Anita Baker with green eyes. Her mom was fine. Oh my, yo. But anyway,
If she was Cape Verdean, she probably didn't like you because a lot of them don't think they black.
Nah, Benny, hold up. I gotta speak up for my Creole people. That's not how they think, Benny. Some of them think like that, Benny, and I know a lot of Creole people. They don't think like that, Benny. Nah. I can't let that narrative be, cause I live with them. Them people are the most friendliest people, the most loving people in the world, bruh. So I can't. Maybe I'm not saying that you haven't met some that haven't said that. They probably have, but I haven't.
Hey, Benny, it's like I always say in perspective. They was rich, and here I am. I'm living on the east side. I'm at their house for Thanksgiving. Before she brought me home. She brought home a dude that used to play football for Brown University. Ta-da! You got this Brown University dude playing football D1, and you bringing this dude who even got his own car, whatever.
Whatever.
The expectations of you were set high already.
Correct. Yeah.
But you want to hear something funny, Benny?
But there's a lot of times though. Hold up, Benny. Cape Verdean men probably don't like their women dating Cape Verde. That's like a lot of Dominicans. That's like any ethnicity.
Ethnic. Just say people are ethnics.
People are ethnic.
Ethnicity.
Listen, I love it. Yo, he's saying wrong. Somebody trying to get me saying it wrong. But listen, I ended up winning her family over because the guy that she wanted her to be. See, I ended up turning out being a good guy. See, they judged me for where I was at the time. But as they see me leveled up, they was just like, you know what? We came to see like you loved our daughter more than we did, because they were just throwing money at her. Where here I am, I'm trying to help her level up. She got a jaw broke. The guy they wanted her with, not the brown dude, another dude that was portrayed to be that, broke her jaw twice. Moved her to North Carolina, she came down wired twice. Here I am, I never put my hands on her.
Yeah.
Like with us men, in life in general, we always gotta reapprove ourselves.
Correct? True.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We
We
do.
always have to.
And Benny, man, that was a great question, man. That was a dope question, man. Cause some people, like I know some people doesn't.
I try my best, you already know.
Yeah, some people don't understand that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I want to move on because I got a couple topics before this hour's over that I got to talk with these guys. I love you too, Benny, man. You already know. All right, so check this out, fellas. I'm all for the young people working. I'm all for them guys getting off their behinds and getting out working, getting that money instead of causing their family. But there's a lot of young workers that don't know what they're doing in these stores.
Who's training them though?
I don't know.
See?
Another young person.
Another young person.
You know what's going on with this day and age? We came from the age where we survived with beepers, the cordless, the phone with the cords and everything, taking it in your room, the long cords. Go ask the youngest person. Tell me a phone number in your phone without looking at your phone.
I'm like that now.
See?
I don't remember my grandmother's number. I remember my Aunt Pauline's number and 911.
I don't know nobody's number in my head.
The conditioning of our minds, that's what it is. See, the
You
more
got dumbed down by the
I'm
technology.
glad you said the word. Now that we getting dumbed down, I be seeing old people on the phone and driving like, what are they missing that they wasn't missing
Do you
before?
know they don't teach the kids cursive anymore?
Correct, because they couldn't comprehend it.
I wrote something in cursive, and this is when I was working in the group home, and I used to do my notes and shit like that, or the log, the communication log.
Where you worked at?
I worked at Communities for People.
I knew. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I went there
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So fucking I was there for like 5 years. But when I used to write in the logbook, communication log, everything that happened daily, whatever. So one of the kids was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you writing?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and for somebody like me, like I learned to write cursive before I was taught in school. My grandmother taught me how to write cursive. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like writing cursive.
Yeah. So. But to some people, it looks like
We used to have to-
That's called the
Writing-
signature. That's how you bind the
Yeah.
contracts.
But yo, check it out. I went to a basketball game. One of the basketball players was giving out autographs. This nigga printed his name. When you ever see a printed name autograph? Sometimes it's some shit that you can't even read. It's not
With a
legible.
symbol.
It's not legible.
Wow.
They
They'll
didn't
do some
even-
shit like that
They didn't
fine.
even teach him how to fake it.
Yeah, they didn't
You know
even
what I'm
teach
saying?
him how to fake it.
Right.
I mean,
And that's the thing, Trap. So again, when I keep saying when it comes to children, okay, we could point at these children, but you know what you're also pointing at? The parents of them children, because the fact of the matter, people say, what did their parents teach them? And that's why I keep saying parenting is very important. That's why when I say I want my children to be well off, better than me, if I'm driving something sick, I want them to drive something
Sicker, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. If this,
children aren't gonna always be like us, no matter what we imply in them, or
Agreed.
the direction we push them, or the advice that we give them. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna come a point in time where they outgrow that shit, or they're gonna grow with it and apply that to their life. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, but when is the age that you cut your kid off?
18. Nah, this is what I say. Not really a number.
Yeah,
This is what I was saying.
that's what I was
I was
Say,
gonna say,
you want to act all matured and you want to go out fucking, you want to go out robbing and messing with guns? Get out my house with that shit. You're not corrupting your brother or your sister, because that's what I be seeing in households. Oh, you got a 16-year-old girl moving fast, but there's a 10-year-old girl in the household too, so looking up to her. So guess what happens to the 10-year-old when she becomes 15?
She following in the footsteps.
She's following in the footsteps, so we got to kick them out. When you want to act fast,
See, I wouldn't say an age, but to add on, because I know you heard me say this before, because you heard me say it about my son. But if your child outgrows your direction,
oh
they
yeah.
outgrow your advice, they too grown to be in your house. They
Correct.
ready to be on their own.
especially if you ain't paying no bills.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially that part.
You out.
Ground, baby.
You if you guys didn't hear what he said that you outgrew his advice and he grew
Direction.
in his direction. Once you outgrow my direction and my advice, why are you staying in my house and my respect? Because a lot of these kids are disrespecting their mothers.
And the
Like I heard a
expectations
kid tell
that
him
you
about you can't tell your mother to suck your thing. Have you ever heard a kid tell their mother that?
Listen,
No, I'm asking you a question.
dude, I came from
How
a
old are
generation- I'm 46.
Have you ever heard that?
Never.
I told her that. I have never heard
In
it.
the group home, I've heard and seen the worst. My
And
house
never that,
manager,
right?
my house manager, one of the best house managers, even though that was my only time working in the group home, but my house manager at the time, Gina, she used to always say to me, "Oh, Victor, you can't," because I was always fighting to make the kids see. You know what I'm saying?
You
Even
worked
if-
with Tim,
even
right?
if I had to fight the white kid, Tim.
No,
so-
short Tim.
No.
Glasses.
So, Gina used to say to me, "Oh, Victor, these kids don't respect their own mother, so how they gonna respect you?" But my rebuttal was, they gotta learn somewhere.
Yes.
And if a kid don't, that same kid that don't respect his mother, got respect for another kid that's his age that he's intimidated or scared of, and acts in line
Right.
with.
True.
How you scared of somebody your age?
But you ain't scared of your
But
mother,
You ain't scared or got the respect for your parents.
for your own
You
mother.
know, that's a different. Okay.
And
you
if
know
you
what?
don't got it, you're gonna learn, and you're gonna learn the hard way.
They know their parents can't hurt them as that person. That's their own age.
Why not? Your
That-
parents, you know the same.
My mother would hurt
You're
me.
here, I take you out.
Yeah, my mother would. Yeah. If I would have told my mother that,
My mother would have cut my shit off.
Listen, I told
My mother would have went to jail, man.
I told my mother husband, you're my father. Before I can even get the rest of the sentence, I said, you ain't, I was trying to run up the stairs, expecting gadget on. She caught my back. I'm like, damn, how she catch me? I'm faster than you.
Yeah.
She said, you ever say something? Father never came out my mouth again.
Yeah.
You gotta say it like a white kid.
I didn't even watch Maury. I didn't even watch Maury. You're not the father. I couldn't.
Oh my God.
Good morning, Vanessa. Big
So-
Bo.
Morning. But that's what I'm sitting up there saying is, see, to answer your question, Benny, you're not kicking your kid out your life. When they showing that they buck in the system, it's time to go. Because you know what? You got to, because like if you look at birds, what do birds do? As soon as they learn how to fly, they out the nest.
Yeah.
So again, the animal, if you look at the animal kingdom, the kids is not under the family like that. It's like, what are you teaching your kid to keep them underneath you? And what I was saying to you,
That's different.
my-
I understand what you're saying.
my aunt, I'm going by what I seen in my life. My aunt was making more money. It's that level up thing. My aunt was making more money than my uncle. He's a major in the army. Their wedding was beautiful. We went down south to see this. She left her job to mother her 2 sons. You know what her 2 sons are doing now? They're engineers. They got academic scholarships for their school. They ain't have to pay for school, even though their parents got money. And now they're living their life. You know what black, and it also go to the turn, you know how black women view them? As nerds.
Wow.
Well, but I bet you they're looking at him like, oh,
Wow.
hey.
See, this is why I say the dimensions of our community. My aunt took the time to quit her job to make, and now she's back working. Quit her job to make sure her 2 sons was taken care of, that she was in the home for them. They're engineers, and the women, they say, we want a woman like you, mom, but they look at us as nerds.
Nerds. But that goes back to what we were saying is why the woman would choose a street dude and a nerd. Why?
Excitement.
Security. They feel like the street dude would protect them faster than a nerd would. Didn't we agree on that one?
Listen,
I know we agreed on a few of
we
them.
agree. Listen, first and foremost, I don't know dudes that, first of all, dudes that work go to the gym and they do MMA. They know that stuff. So it's not like they can't protect their women. People got to understand that I work out too. So again, it's not like somebody just came and just slapped my female in front of my face and I'm like,
Hey, then I gotta say this though, man, and this goes to everybody. If you're hanging around somebody, man, that's disrespecting their mother, man, you supposed to check them.
true.
Real talk.
I'll take
Because
it
if I'm
to the side.
disrespecting my mother, all my friends are gonna stop me. Even when I start even yelling with me and my mother start arguing, my friends would be like, yo, man, chill out with your mother. Yo, chill out. No matter what she did or no matter, she could be wrong, and most times she's always wrong.
That's how, see, our generation was brought up with respect.
Yeah.
See, again, like he just said, his son is, if he was on Donkey Kong Jr., his son's King Kong. He leveled him up, like he came up stronger than what he is.
Yeah,
So
I know what you're
this
saying.
generation, see what it is, what's going on with this generation, I told you, it's like, most of the time it's not your parenting that got a kid in trouble. It's the children they're around that don't have the parenting that you was giving your child.
Your child, yep.
So that's why I always say, we
Yo,
gotta
that's
consider-
deep right there. You know why?
It always drove me, it was part of my drive as a parent to be the kind of parent that I am, even though I wasn't taught how to be a parent. All my parenting came from experience and seeing other things. But you ever, when you was little, go through something with your parents and you be like, yo, when I get older, I'm gonna be like this with my kids. Like, everything that I went through or didn't have in my parents' absence, and I,
I got
say
my
things
kids.
Like that stuff really helped me become a better parent.
I know that did to me because
when I knew I was like my levels of abandonment, my levels of neglect, everything that I deal with on certain levels, even as an adult now.
How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay. We're grown men. He's a father. What I keep saying, we still dealing with abandonment, rejection. We still dealing with that. That's my point.
yo, that's
And we're grown
crazy.
men.
Yo, he told me that shit. He said that was wrong with me. He was like, yo, yes, you got abandonment problems. You got better, yo,
But
and
know
you're
what
still
you do
dealing
that?
with
Know
it.
what you do with that? And we all do with that.
We hold it in.
Not even
No,
that
we
we
talk
hold
about
it in. We learn involuntarily. We've learned how to deal with that
Yes.
shit. We basically found comfort in our discomfort.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
how long has
yes,
it been
right.
since you've been to jail?
7 years.
If you went today, yeah, thank God. But I'm saying, if you went today, even though you ain't been there in 7 years, you gonna fall right in line. You know what to do. You know how you gotta live. You know how you gotta eat.
Now I gotta clean the cells.
That's what that word is, right?
Yeah.
Structure.
No, well, it's part of it, but it's called
Structured
institutionalized too.
Listen.
It's called being institutionalized too, because I ain't been to jail. I ain't did a bid since 07. All right, and I know the few times that I got arrested and I ended up at the ACI for the weekend, even though I ain't been there since 07. We in 23.
You already know what you're
Fell
doing.
right in fucking line.
You know what we see? Conversations like this, and why I say it needs to be, this needs to be taken and give it to the youth. See, it doesn't matter what we come from. Like we just said, Muslim, Christian. He just said what he said. Street life, non-street, whatever. No record, never been to jail, but we all dealing with the same thing. Why? Where did it start from? Our homes, our community. See, this is when people want to know why we on these platforms. We're trying to build. What's the whole the level up tribe?
Camping trip.
It's about leveling up.
Which one? Hey, yo, shout out to everybody that's leveling up at the camping trip on July 27th to the 30th.
So that's what I'm saying. If they're saying, see, the thing of the matter, when you come, see, that's when you come and talk to people. Because I even dealt with some white people that's rich that talk about they went through it, abandonment, neglect, and everything. We just think it's a color thing, but it hurts more in our community. Because you know why? Again, I never met my father. I never met him. And when people be sitting up here, they don't even know what that means when they say to me, "Oh, I know your father." And you know what my response is? I never met him, so how do you know him? My father's from Brooklyn. He's not from Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. And I keep saying, as a man, I be wondering, did I treat women the way I did because my father wasn't in my life?
Facts.
Because women be saying, "Yo, you got commitment issues." I mean, I don't have commitment issues. I just don't want to commit to you. Because of what you're doing. I don't agree with what you're doing. But then some people say you have to compromise. Okay, I'm trying to understand the compromise, but compromise how?
How are we compromising?
See?
Yeah, how are we compromising? See, a lot of times people always talk about compromising, but as soon as you talk about compromising, they start yelling and shit.
A compromise for some people is their way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to compromise, because I am a reciprocal person. I don't care who you are, what our relationship is, or level. I'm giving you the energy you give me, even though I have my own lane and own tone, because I'm consistent in character. I'm one way. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same dude with money. I'm the same dude without money.
Correct.
I'm the same dude in the best of living circumstances. I'm the same dude in the worst of living circumstances. I only know how to be one way.
Only know how. That's the only way to be, man.
So,
That's the only way we know how to be, man. But I want to thank y'all. That's our hour. But I got one more topic. Well, one more thing. Hey, yo, you know what I got to say? Hey, do you go into Walmarts and the stores? Why is all the security, all these old people?
because they need jobs.
Nah, they got to get them somewhere else, man.
Nah, but you know what? They're not security. You know what they are?
What?
They're checkers. They checking your.
I know, but they do. They're sitting there too long. Yo, there's the people that can't see. They're
Hurry
looking
up
for their
and
glasses. Yo,
I'm sorry for his mother.
yo, I'm not. I just think they should get better job descriptions within them jobs. What if? See,
Do you want to do it?
huh? No, but listen, there's some young bulls that will do it.
Niggas would be mad at me if I was checking bags at the door.
No, but I'm just saying, right? You know, why do you think they put the old people right there?
That's a job that they can do. It's not too tough.
No,
It's
that's not a
strenuous.
job.
You know what
All
it
of
is?
them do.
What did you just say? If you was checking bags, that's intimidating. They're not intimidating. Yo, you gotta listen. I'm in that structure. I'm in that field. I'm in business. You have to understand. See, here's the thing to make money. Because what do people be doing? Yo, go to the Walmart next to Chad. They be ripping the bags open and everything. Yo, you know people are
Yo, they
walking
count
out.
every item.
I see motherfuckers walk out
See?
here with TVs.
See?
Hell yeah, I seen people
65
clip them out.
TVs.
I seen a lot of people
Okay.
clip them.
Now that goes back to the tombstones and what did I tell you about overhead in business? See, when you got people doing that, guess what you're doing? You're making a business say, you know what, we don't want to cater to you. So now if they take the Walmart out of that community, now where you gonna get your things from?
You gotta go to the other community to get it.
And then you know, when you go in the Super Walmart in Coventry, you taking a chance of getting arrested.
Look
Hey,
where
yo,
you
I gotta
go
say
to.
this though.
Look
I
where
gotta
you
say
gotta
this.
go. We gotta
If
hop
anybody
back.
hasn't been to the Price Right, if you ever been, you ever shop at Price Right?
Yeah, all
A
the
little
time.
bit.
Hey, yo, they got a price right in Warwick. Oh my God, it's so clean. Oh my God, the fruit's so good. Why do they do the price right in the hood like that?
Because the hood don't care.
Listen, Trap, I just told you. Listen,
Yo, we gotta see this,
The
man.
hood-
The hood price right is terrible, but if you go over there to Warwick to the price right, it smells good. It's clean. All the stock, the shells, the
you know
fruit.
Warwick is, I didn't know this until somebody told me, Warwick is top 10 in the world for the
Places to live.
Not just places to live, the real estate.
Yeah.
When somebody told me, I was like, you missed me with that. And when I looked it up,
Warwick is the top 10 place
Rest in peace,
in the
DMX.
world
You know, DMX
in real estate, man.
He was resigning.
You heard? So if you own a house in Warwick, you got money. You got money. 'Cause
Shout out
that,
to my cousin Tanya and Mark. I know y'all own houses out there in Warwick.
one of my young kids I mentor, he got a house in Warwick, and he got a house that he get renting out to somebody. A house connected to his house.
yeah, so you rich motherfuckers got these houses in Warwick. We're looking for you.
Oh, Benny got a question
Yeah.
again.
Sorry, brother.
Oh, hold
I
up, Benny.
got my phone.
Hold on, Betty. Go ahead. We're going to go before I go because this hour's up. What'd you say, Benny?
Hey, quick story, man. Listen, you know they have those fake shoppers, the security in Walmart?
Yeah.
Listen, true story. One time I looked at dude, I said, wait a minute, dude. I think dude's one of them security guys. Listen, fellas, listen. I went down every single aisle for no reason until dude stopped me and said, yo, you went down every single aisle, really? And we both cracked up, bro. I went down every aisle.
No. Wait, hold up, Benny, because they don't get the story. No, this is what happened. They got fake shoppers. They got people that look like you that be looking like they shopping. They follow you around. So they was following him. So what he did is go up every. He knew who the dude was. The dude didn't think he knew who he was. So he took him for it's like you take him for a ride. It's like if a cop follow you, but oh, you want to follow me? I'm gonna give you somewhere to follow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They got fake shoppers, yeah.
To make sure people ain't stealing.
Yup.
But they stereotype people. Though.
Yes, they
Even
do.
our own people that are
Yes,
black
yes.
that are doing those jobs, they're stereotyping people. Because what does a thief really look like?
I see white thieves.
No, but
What does a thief really look like?
okay, let me tell you something. They are trained to look at us like. That's why I'm trying to tell you the things that.
It's discrimination.
But you know.
What does a thief look like?
But why do you think they? I work in the post office. You know who they always sit down to discipline me? A black person. You know what I be saying? Uncle Tom, you know why Uncle Tom, like you that
C23.
doing their work. They want to write me up.
Pack your shit. Hey, Thomas, let's go. Yo, one love, yo.
They let me out this bitch, now I'm no longer trapped. Yeah, no longer trapped. Good morning, mofos, pimp hustlers, hoes. You know how this go. Welcome to the show where this shit go down. I'm here to let you know what's cracking in your towns. Providence, motherfucker. Deal with the real, stay away from the suckers. Good daily news, we dispute hood views. Another life taken, he shot out of his shoes. Police brutality, I'm speaking the truth. Why the fuck is you mad at me? Land of corruption. Cop shot me, but that's another discussion. So tune in, you're living while that shit is soon end. Two ways, you can ride in the prison or you can ride in the grave. There's room in both places. Homicide, genocide, black faces. Who's racist? You thought he was your man, he was two-faced it. He got knocked trying to get the whole crew wasted. I got plans, I'm never going back. Was locked up for a long time, but I'm no longer trapped. So roll up and let's go live, spitting these facts. You can hate it or love it, you know where to find me at. 401 Providence, Little Bit State on the map. You can visit Lil Brody, you might never make it back. One love to my niggas locked down, getting them stacks. On your iPad, your radio, you fucking with trap. Catch me in the AM, Blake.
Or whatever, but I'm just like, I get so offended.
Yup.
Listen, as we as black men, even now, you yourself and Trap included, have we looked at somebody that looked like us and go, hold up a second as well?
Yeah, we have. We have.
Okay.
No, that, if you're gonna keep it, listen. Here's the thing, okay. Like I said, when I'm in certain clubs, like I could smell a Boston dude a mile away. I could smell a Boston dude a mile away. I'm like, oh, let me get out of here. There's about to be a fight. Every time I see a Boston dude, I'm like, it's about to be a fight.
Wow.
And it's, yo, why you think Dade Street don't have clubs no more? I told the story. Like, what happened was, we was at Liquid Lounge. My man from Cincinnati was out here. So we go, like, now, I hang with a lot of people from the South Side. So we was at Tommy Lounge. There was a fight there. I said, yo, let's go to Liquid Lounge. It's always cool. There's a bunch of females there. My man's like, I can't go because I can't get in with my fajitas. I was like, fajitas? What are you talking about? He's talking about guns. I was like, you don't need no damn guns at Tommy Lounge. He's like, I'm in Liquid Lounge. He's like, yo, I'm not, that was on Third Street. I was like, I ain't going. We go there. So my man's there. He never been to a club or whatever. So we sitting there. So it's packed, females, whatever. I look right. Light-skinned Boston dude, dark-skinned boy. I was like, oh. I said, listen, we're leaving right now. These dudes gonna try to get your attention. Don't look at them. Act like you can't hear. Just walk. Just walk. I had to train him. Just walk.
Yeah.
So as we walking, and Sandy knows this is a true story. I'm gonna tell the end of it. So we're walking. They're like, yo, my man, he paid attention. So we get up 2 minutes later, the biggest brawl Thayer Street history. Them dudes, the light-skinned dudes knocking dudes out. His boy got knocked out twice. Bump, bump. Girl got clocked with a bottle. She's laid out underneath the car. 16 minutes this was going on. No police. Soon as it dispersed, police all over the place. Now, the reason why I say they know the story is because the dude that got knocked out, he was from Attleboro, actually. He wasn't from Boston. She came to pick me up, and he ended up, she said, oh, I know him. I said, you know all hood dudes, everywhere. She gave him a ride home. He was lumped up. She knows this is a true story. That's why people do that, because again, Boston dudes be going places ready to tear up some stuff. That's their
go in there
goal.
with the intentions already to do some harm.
I remember when I used to come up from Newport to come to the clubs, and all the Boston dudes and Providence niggas used to be beefing all the time.
All the time. Like,
All the
what do you
time.
think happened at International?
Yep.
Oh yeah, what's the name?
What happened, Benny?
We used to have the emancipation parade back in the 80s, 90s. Boston dudes used to come here acting a fool. They can't be still on that tip.
Now they calm now.
Same time, same place tomorrow. You already know. I want to thank all my listeners. Thank Benny Bull for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tapping in, same place. Dante for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Chief Rocker every time. You know how we do it. And same time, same place tomorrow, man. You know how we do it, man. No longer
Champagne and good vibes.
Champagne and good
All
vibes.
these dudes are trying to get me high.
Hey, yo. We about to get high. That's why I'm trying to hurry up. Get this off. We getting high. But if you ain't got these applications, I got a few left for the camping trip. Hit me up, because we got